Hello, welcome to today's reading. I'm just going to begin by lighting my candle here. Cozy. We are doing a reading today about your spiritual career. Now, I thought about making this a pick a card reading, but I don't know. Something told me that I really want to aim for depth rather than breadth. So even though these pick a card readings are great for getting more personalized, they can target a bigger audience. That's not necessarily what I want. I want depth, and I want this feeling of community, like we're a group of individuals with a certain frequency or vibration or whatever. Like it's something that ties us together, and we can find some sense of comfort and empowerment in that. So that's what I like and what I aim for. Plus, my energy doesn't really work with doing pick a card readings. I'm a manifester in human design. My energy peaks and then it drops. So I'm really just in for the spurts, which works great for me. So let's harness all the energy into this reading, which will be about your spiritual career in July. And that's another thing. So this is not a promise that I will do this continuously for every month ahead. I'm still exploring the path that I'm on here together with the goddess towards my priestesshood. And I do feel that it's still, I'm still exploring. So I'm just seeing what comes up from here. So let's enjoy it while it's here. Is there anything else? If you're new here, my name is Karin. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I mostly channel messages from the goddess. I have a very close connection to the goddess in her many emanations. Right now I'm connecting with Aphrodite. I have a close connection to Kali and to Freya and to Venus and Kuan Yin. But right now it is Aphrodite. And so I feel like we are to harness her energies as well of value and of pleasure and the love for this path and what it can bring us. So I'm going to connect in here. So I'm connecting in with my own sacred wisdom through all my existing lifetimes, the eternity of my soul, connecting in with Goddess Freya, with Goddess Aphrodite, with the primordial force, the primordial mother, connecting in with this energetic space, this community, and the blueprint of that community, what sort of brings us together, and the energies of the past, the present, and the future, all coming together. And I set the intention, there's something coming through, a spirit animal. The spirit animal of horse, badger, elephant, and buffalo. I set the intention that this reading will bring clarity, confirmation, strength, empowerment, and affirmation on your path towards your fulfillment in your spiritual career ahead. I pray that I channel these messages with love, with clarity, with impact, and compassion to help you transform out of potential stuckness. And I pray that these messages will be for the highest good of all beings and Earth in its entirety. Let it be so. Okay, so what I picked up immediately is that some of these animal spirits were more specific to specific people here as a confirmation. I felt that badger spirit was specific and buffalo spirit was specific. And elephant and horse, did I say elephant? I think so. Elephant and horse is more so community, like in this community. I'm just tuning in if there's any messages from these spirits. Of course, when we connect in with horses, we think about freedom and power. And the elephant is that what I'm feeling is let's see how to put this, because I'm receiving more so an energy and emotion. Being great, being strong, being powerful, and being great, and channeling that with compassion and humbleness. Like there's something with the responsibility you have when you have this amount of power and this amount of strength. Like when you're big, you need to be nice or something like that. Okay, so let's hop in. We have some interesting choices of decks here that came forth. And based on what I'm seeing here is this undercurrent of change that comes from the liminal space, deep, deep beneath the surface of your being, of your soul, and of the collective unconscious as well. Being a stream, and you are a part of that stream. So we are beginning with the Dreams of Gaia tarot. Which will be interesting because I haven't used this deck as much. So with this pull, we will take a look at the overall theme, because I feel like this month is a catalyst. Happening sort of at the cusp of Cancer and Leo season. And I feel Cancer season that we're in being more so about creating connection and fulfillment and enjoying life. And moving into Leo season, there will be more events and more surges of energy and power and desire to create things. So what's the theme of this catalyst point that we will be entering later in July? because the rest of the reading will also be sort of building up to that, is what I'm receiving. And knowledge. Because this deck is so unusual, I will take a look at the guidebook. I'm not that acquainted with it. Let me just actually tune in if there's anything I pick up from the image. There's something here about the light that he is holding in his hand here. I'm receiving a message of coming to a point where you have assessed your strength and your abilities as a spiritual worker. And the next step, the catalyst, is about harnessing that and projecting that, and doing so very intentionally. Oh, there's a very special feeling that I'm receiving that I will be trying to convey here. Can you help me with the phrasing, please? Okay, so for example, let's say you were a painter and you had this beautiful concept of art in your head, and you have this amazing imagination and gift of visualization. And so you know about your gifts and you know about your strengths, but it won't be accessible to others unless you put it onto a canvas. And it is the act of projecting it out of you, of channeling it out, and be very conscious of and aware of it, that you are putting it out, that you're projecting it outside of yourself. Almost seeing it objectively yourself. There's something that I'm missing here in this description. Hold on. There's something here about getting a more clear image of what it is that you are doing and what it is that you are contributing with when you're actually putting it out there. Because as long as it's in your mind, you don't see it as clearly as when you have put it out there for yourself and for others to view. So perhaps there has been some slumbering idea or project in your mind as well. They directed me towards something. They want for me to move on with, I have a spread here that I've created. But just bear in mind that that's the theme here that we are working around, that will be sort of catalysted at the end of July, the 22nd of July. And it might not be a very bombastic, eventful day, but you know, sometimes we just feel that subtle shift. And sometimes we can see the shift, that it has transpired when we look back at it, just to be aware of it. I want to take a look at the bottom as well. The Father. It's taking full responsibility for what it is that you want to create here and having the guts to actually pursue it. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it? Should I read a bit about this? Yeah, I should read the keywords here. for knowledge. That's interesting. I just flipped through, and the next card is wisdom. And you know, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. And knowledge is more so based on what you read, you know, you have been taught. Wisdom is more so based on experiences. So there's an element of learning here as well. You need to be you will be catapulted into more study as well, with whatever it is that you are jumping into here. There's an element of study. Okay. Keywords: knowledge, skills, understanding, training, education, and practical experience. Is there something else to read here? We exist to learn as we learn to exist. Knowledge is power. Do not limit your potential for learning. A time of new study and learning. There we have it. So you will be moving into a new phase here, which is very, very exciting, where you will be learning new skills, deepening your skills. So be open to that. You might want to enroll in a course or study through a book, perhaps a book that is laid out as a course. You will get the hints, you will get the nudges, I'm sure of that. Okay. We're moving into the shapeshifters, actually. So why are we being called to move deeper into study and learning new skills, or learning more about what we do? Why? I'm missing the mark on something here. Oh, okay. It's more so, where does this surge come from? What does it come from? Where does it come from? The surge of deepening our practice. Because it's not about building or marketing or those kind of things. It's deepening. It's deepening your practice. Brother Raccoon, a safe place for you to go. I need to tune in for a moment. So you were always meant to go deeper with this, with whatever it is that you're doing. But perhaps it hasn't been opening up for you, or perhaps you haven't felt the call to move deeper into it. Because there's a need for the soul to advance into it gently, smoothly. I know that I've been speaking previously about this path, probably containing or stemming from a lot of past life trauma. So we need to move about this slowly and gently. So it's like new portals opening up to us when we feel safe and secure in the current sort of level. And then we can go deeper and deeper. So this, I'm receiving something up here about hypnotherapy. For some of you, it is recommended. Sort of past life regression hypnotherapy. And you can find videos for that on YouTube as well. Or go to a specialist for that. Or perhaps it is something that you wish to do as well. Okay. So we now know that this call is coming because we are ready for it, because it feels safe. And we are also protected by this inner masculine inside of us to do so. Because I also think that we need some amount of healing of the masculine outside and inside of us in order to feel safe and protected. That's something to chew on. Okay, so we will be taking a look at the spread now, and I'm using the Uncommon Tarot, which is interesting. She seems to like to come out for these kinds of readings, pertaining to spiritual work and sort of money and things like that. So loving that. There's something with the bottom card here. 5 of Swords. There might be some people here as well that are not yet convinced about this path in some way, that are unsure about if it's profitable, if it's accessible, if it is for them. So what do you want to say about that? You actually need something more here from the Isis Oracle. Or perhaps there is some unsurety or something about your path. See that invitation? Portal of light. It is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a conscious being on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual work. You are not leaving your earthly connection behind. You are merely adding to it. So you are guided to work with your healing powers. And you will not become ungrounded, meaning that the earthly realm will support you in that endeavor. Perhaps not in the pace and in the way that you would like to have preferred, but in a way that really will support you long term. So that's the confirmation for you. So, where do we stand right now? Right now, in this moment. And I want to preface this by saying the beginning of the month, the beginning of July. Where do we stand at the beginning of July with our spiritual career? And it doesn't matter how far off you are with your spiritual career. If you are well into it, or just starting out, or just considering it, it doesn't matter. This is for you. Or perhaps you haven't considered it at all and this is your nudge. So where do we stand right now, beginning this month? King of Cups. 3 of Cups. There's an awareness that has bloomed inside of you, of your abilities to heal, others, and a pull towards healing and emotional service to others, knowing that you have something to give here in that area. What else? There's something else. Also, you have come to a space of maturity with this. So it is not only the awareness, but also the maturity, the ability to hold that space as well. And you are all at different levels of this. I can really sense that. Some of you have more to experience and more to learn. But the general feeling is emotional maturity. And to hold space, emotional intelligence to hold space. And if you are on your way, you will get there very, very soon. 3 of Cups. There's also a longing for connection in this area, to not feel so alone with what you do, and seeking out connection and community here. And also emotionally, because this is not the 3 of Pentacles, but emotional connection with like-minded people that you can gain support and strength from. Okay, so how did we get here? How did we get here? We have the King of Wands. You have really grabbed life by its horns. When it has sort of hit the fan, it has been difficult, it has been exhausting. You have showed up and managed it the best way possible with your energy, with your life force, taking it by the horns and maturing into mastery with how you use your energy. And being also proactive, because it is the King, so it's being proactive with this as well. There's something else, like there's this reference here to the Strength card with the lion. I'm also feeling that balance. This might not resonate for all of you, but I'm also feeling that balance between the light and the dark aspect within you and around you, coming into harmony and deeper understanding of that dance between dark and light, and the necessity of that moving through life. Some of you will understand. The next question is challenges in July that will help us grow in our spiritual career. Challenges that will help us grow. And I'm receiving the middle of the month. And it is building up towards this catalyst point. So at the middle of the month, there will be some challenges that will be building up towards this catalyst point of the July 22nd, moving into the 23rd. There were 2 cards that jumped out. I'm just feeling into if I should pick them or not. They're saying it depends. Something that they want to say. I'm feeling my guide here, my guide Jacob here. there's sorrow from the past, challenges from the past that might resurface here. Okay, so I'll be taking a look at these. We had strength and Page of Swords in reverse. So what this is saying to me is that this might be a challenge, or it might not be a challenge at all, depending on how you tackle the situations, this situation. So there might be some resurfacing of the difficulties that you experienced on this path of your spiritual career beforehand. Or your spiritual practice, and depending on how you perceive this and move about this will be a challenge, or it will just flow by, pass you by. So be aware here when it shows up. And try to work your way around that in your mind. Let your emotions flow, but try to work your way around that with your thoughts. Because it's easy to slip back into, oh no, now this is happening again. Or, oh no, I will never be able to make this happen in my life. Or whatever it is that you have experienced that was difficult with this path. Here we have strength again. It's humbling. It's humbling. But it's also a way to show yourself that you're in charge now. You're in charge, and you get to decide what kind of future that you want to have. So work with your mind here. Was there anything else? We'll take a look at the bottom card here. Six of Cups. Yeah, memories. Memories. Oh, there's a way to move about this that you can try out if it helps you. So there's something about when this shows up in your mind, you can think about it as an experience from the past and being a bit nostalgic about it instead. Like, oh, I remember this used to be a part of my past, but not anymore, because now the sun is shining. You see here, the rays of the sun is shining through the rain. The sun is shining and I'm feeling good, and oh, I remember the days when I used to struggle. This is sort of a reminder of that, but I moved on. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. It's also a reminder for you of how far you've come, how far you reached. Congratulations. Okay. So, blessings that will nurture us this month. Blessings that will nurture us this month. And especially now at the sort of beginning up to the middle of the month. Blessings, what are the blessings that will nurture us this month in our spiritual career, in regards to our spiritual career? King of Swords. They're so slippery, these cards. The Chariot. There's something about the number here of 7. I am a life path number 7, which is so much about sort of ascension, spiritual learning and development and things like that. So it's really a month that will prepare you for this transition, for deepening. And that's the blessing. You will be prepping for that. You will be prepped for that. And you will be pampered for that. It's something I want to say, that's all. So that you will be able to move with full force when the time hits for you to do that. King of Swords. You have the capacity for very clear thinking and speaking this period of the month, and communicating with spirit about your wants and desires and needs, and what you would like to see in the future, what you would like to see being manifested, what your visions are. And you have a very, very clear vision of that in your mind as well, beginning this month. So capitalize on that is what I would like to say here. Use that to your advantage. Okay. The next question. What is the area of focus from our spirit tribes in regards to our spiritual work? I'm feeling 2 cards. Queen of Wands. Knight of Coins. There's that elephant. There's the elephant. You see the similarity with the arch. Here you are standing right underneath a portal, ready to pass through. What will you bring with you? What awareness will you bring with you? What new knowledge will you harness when you reach the other side? That's something to contemplate about. Let me sit with this for a while. Both of these are court cards. And we actually have quite a lot of court cards. 2 kings. Every court card represented as well. So this is a swift progression you're making this month. Very swift. Climbing up the ranks, so to speak. So the area of focus is on who you are becoming and who you have become. And making an assessment of that so that you are clear with what you want to, what or how you want to deepen at the end of July. If you do that, you will be even more prepared, you will have even more clarity, and you will get this sort of extra push into that. Okay, they want for me to move quicker. So the next card is possible outcome. When we are moving into August, what is the possible outcome of where we will stand here when it comes to our spiritual career? There's something with the elephant here. Oh. 6 of Swords, safe passage. Safe passage through something that could have been hard to move through, is what I'm feeling here. Because there's something about okay, I need to ground and center myself for a moment so that I can speak clearly here. Please help me with the phrasing. I'm feeling Freya here. She's a goddess of magic, of fertility, among other things, death. And she's communicating that you're supposed to evolve, you're supposed to change, you're supposed to transform. And because it is a bit scary, because it's a bit uncomfortable, and because we haven't been really taught how to move through sudden change and embrace change, well, at least many people can resonate with that, right? We rather not do it at all. Perhaps you even have this idea of a schedule in your mind of I'm supposed to do exactly this content on my YouTube channel, and I have it all planned out, and then here we come and say now it's time for a change. You don't want to give up your plans. But there is a very stifling, suffocating feeling in that space of being left behind in that place that you plan to be, when there is more. There is more. This, where you're at now, it's just like a pitch stop. You're supposed to do more, and you're supposed to change and deepen into more. So this is a welcome release from your soul, for your soul, to progress and to move into something more freeing, something more abundant, and it feels so incredibly expansive. There's that. Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Spirit wants to create together with you. Together with you. Wants to help you out with your creations. There's something also here about having a very strict plan, budget or marketing or business plan. Don't be surprised if it's crumbling down. And it's not meant to harm you, but to show you a more supportive way of doing this, of being in this field that is more so connected with the goddess way, that is nurturing, that is flowing, that is intuitive. My cat is snoring. There was something else with that. There is another way that is more fertile and that will bring more abundance in every aspect of your life. Not just you hustling and getting some amount of money. Feeling good in every area of your life. Imagine that. Feeling wealthy in every area of your life. That's the goal. That's the goal of the goddess. Okay. We will end this with some advice from your ancestors, and I'm feeling actually the Shapeshifters oracle again for that. This is exciting. And I feel like the events and the changes might feel or be experienced as very subtle, but nonetheless very, 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 very potent. Like you will be able to look back at this period and think, oh my God, what a pivot I made at that time. That was crucial on my path, on my the trajectory of my spiritual career and my life in general as well. Oh. Okay, so what is the advice from our ancestors? Everyone who will be watching this video, connecting in with your ancestors. I'm feeling two, so it will sort of depend. Either one will be for you. Perhaps for a select few of you, both will resonate. Little Owlin, wisdom as light as a feather, bats in the belfry. You can achieve great things. There's so many cards, I just want to clean it up a bit here so I can take a look at these ones more clearly. I'm very pulled in to this owl. This is a spirit animal for a few of you. And if you have been looking for confirmation, there it is. When it comes to your ancestors, I'm feeling like grandmother, grandfather energy here. And if they are all still in their lives, there is a grandmother, grandfather. So it's close. It's quite close relative, quite close ancestor. They're giving me an experience here. Hold on. For some of you, you aren't yet aware of all the wisdom that you contain, exude, share. The ability you have to change people's perspective and perception. You are not yet aware of it. And now some of you will know that this message is not for you because you are already aware. Or you have a slightly different path. But for some of you, you need this confirmation of knowing that all that you have learned, all that you have experienced serves as this sort of earth school for you to become the teacher, to become the mentor. And you are on the verge of stepping into that. And you need to know how skilled you are at articulating your thoughts, your experiences, and seeing with clarity people around you who are experiencing or have been experiencing similar things. You can see, you can draw connecting dots. Don't be afraid to speak up as well. And not all people might like that. But it's not your job to care for how they respond to your wisdom and to your gift. Some people come around later on and will thank you for the wisdom that you shared. And some people won't, but they were expected to leave your life or to take distance. But just know all the wisdom that you have to share. It's a great, great asset. Great, great gift for you to share with others. Okay, bats in the belfry. And I'm feeling that I'm connected with this message myself also. They want for me to draw a parallel from my own life here. You can achieve great things. Okay, so my life has been so tumultuous when it comes to my career, and I have been sharing that before on the channel, which it's no longer visible, but those of you who know, you know. And at certain points in my life, quite many times, I've been feeling that I will not amount to anything. It's just a whirlwind of change and chaos and disaster. And that might not be precisely your experience, but there's something that about the feeling of never quite reaching for what you want, or quite getting where you want to be, or not quite understanding where you're supposed to go, or something like that. And you might relate to the term late bloomer as well. And there is a time for you, and you are not a hopeless case. In fact, you will achieve great things from this rubble of opportunities that you have left behind. You have a very strong connection to the spirit realm, to your soul. And your soul never wanted for you to settle with anything less than your soul's purpose. And there's that. That's that. So what you have been moving through all this time is learning and becoming and deepening. And it hasn't been a waste. And perhaps you are 58 years old and you think that your career is over or something like that. It is not. It is not. You have your prime time now. Prime time. And you might be in your 30s or 26 and still feeling the same thing. Because see this, she's sitting on the roof, the highest point of the roof, getting an overview. So what I'm feeling is that you will actually be doing so much more, achieving so much more than you would have been if you just kept an ordinary job or just doing something ordinary. And you can look back. Let me tune in for a moment to see how to phrase this. Like there's this feeling of perhaps at moments that you were jealous of people around you who could do the regular thing or things like that. But once you get here, you will not be jealous anymore. I promise you that. And you will be very, very thankful and grateful for your soul forcing you onto this path with great love. Let's see, is there anything else before we end this session? There's something about the connection here. For those of you who feel a connection to both of these messages. the transition and the progress here happens this month for you. It happens this month. From you barely acknowledging your gift to you actually thinking about this in bigger terms, in bigger goals, in bigger dreams, and starting to shift more into that path as well. There's something there that I didn't quite articulate. Your dreams and your goals will be bigger, they will be grander, and you will be also you will not be settling for less than that. Is there anything else? Your ancestors give their thanks for being able to communicate to you. You are also helping them. And all of the wounding around this work that has been going on in your family line as well is being healed and transformed through you choosing this path. So thank you is what they want to say. And I feel Freya here as well. And I feel Venus. They want to push a message onto some of you. Some of you feel a call towards the path of the goddess. Some of you are already on it, but for some of you feeling that call, this is a confirmation. Pursue that path. It's a calling for a reason. She wants you to walk with her. And that is all for today, I think. I'm just scanning the energies here. I need to quit now to take care of my own energies. So we are ending this reading here. And I'm looking forward to how this will play out in this month. Take care, everyone. And I'll see you next time. Bye.